What about cheese though? I'm addicted to cheese. That's why I hear everyone say like 5 minutes before they turn vegan. Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode at my YouTube channel. Happy New Year! It's a new year and a lot of people are trying out the Veganuary challenge in the beginning of the year. Veganuary is basically a challenge to eat vegan for 1 month or eat plant-based or however you would like to express yourself. A lot of people are joining this movement and I would like to share some of my best tips for starting out eating plant-based or vegan. If you're new here and you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can see more of you guys. So, here is some of my best tips. And guys, if you don't think that I'm covering everything that you're curious about, remember you can always ask me whatever you want in the comments below and I promise I will reply. So, here are some of my top tips for a beginner vegan or plant-based eater for someone that is trying out the Veganuary challenge. Don't do everything at once. You can choose to do this however you want. Of course, if you're joining the Veganuary challenge, the whole point is to try and eat vegan for a full month and see if you like it or not. It is great if you can manage to do that, but if you feel like this is way too much for you at once, you don't have to do it that way. You can do it whatever way you want. There are no rules. If it's too much for you to go cold turkey and have no meat, no dairy, no egg, just start with whatever is easier for you. For example, exchange your beef mince to the vegan alternative that you find in the frozen aisle. If it's easier for you to start exchanging your cow's milk with a plant-based alternative, start from there and take one thing at a time. And also, if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Everyone does it. If you make a mistake, just simply, you know, continue the next day. Do research properly, guys. So if this is a complete new world to you to eat vegan and plant-based, start with researching. Google V for vegan recipes, follow YouTubers and get inspired by others. Read some blog posts, follow these pages on Facebook where you get daily recipes where people share what they're eating. Search for hashtags on Instagram, buy some cookbooks, maybe even start a subscription to a vegan magazine if there is one where you live. I know there is one in Sweden, which is great. This way you get inspired. There's just so much that you can learn. The more educated you are, the better. Knowledge is power. See this transmission not as taking away stuff to eat, but exploring new ones. Your gut and your taste buds will start to explore new territories and you will start craving new things. If you wonder who that is coughing, it's Howard. He's doing some work over there. If it gets tough, remind yourself why you started to eat plant-based or to eat vegan. Maybe it's for ethical reasons, maybe you want to change your lifestyle, maybe it's because you started to care a lot more about the environment, or maybe it's all these three. Every time it gets hard, remind yourself of that reason and it will be so much easier. What about cheese though? I'm addicted to cheese. That's why I hear everyone say like 5 minutes before they turn vegan. Seriously, I've heard it so many times. And it's not weird that people are saying they're addicted to cheese because there is actually like an ingredient in cow's milk that makes the cows that are supposed to drink that milk, they become addicted to that milk. And that is of course because if they don't drink the milk, they won't grow and become like big animals. But that milk is obviously not made for us humans to drink. It's made for those like baby cows. And when we consume the milk products in a concentrated version, like in a cheese for example, it's not weird that we get addicted to it. So this is actually a place where it could be really good to go cold turkey completely. Like don't eat any cheese at all for some time and just see how you get on, and hopefully your addiction will kind of calm down. Some people prefer to do it that way and some others prefer to just try like all the cheese alternatives that is out there to try and compensate. I find a lot of people tend to feel like those alternatives are nothing the same as the cow's cheese, but for me that has been eating vegan for a long time, I think there are great alternatives out there. There's just so many different types, and allow yourself to try all the different ones until you find one that you like. There is also of course other things that you can replace cow's cheese with except from these like vegan store-bought cheeses. For example, you can make your own cashew nut cheese, which is one of my favorite things to replace cow's cheese with. I will link the little recipe video above, of course, that I have got from before, so you can check that out. I also like to replace cheese with avocado, for example. There is this great nutritional yeast, which if you have seen any of my previous videos, you have heard me going on about this so many times. Find your best alternative, but don't think for a second that you cannot get over being addicted to cheese, because it is what everybody says before they go vegan. You're not alone, guys, trust me. Don't give up too early. Apparently it takes around 20 days to create a new habit. So if you decided to do the Veganuary challenge, don't give up after a few days. Stick with it and really try to change the habits that you've had from before. Exchange your milk, exchange your meat products, exchange your cheese for something else that you like. You know, just eat whatever feels good for you and really try to stay with that for at least 20 days. The Veganuary challenge is for 30 days, so you should have broke some of the habits that you had before during that month. So yeah, don't give up too early, and if you feel like, you know, you want to give up, remind yourself of why you wanted to try this challenge from the beginning. And if you manage to stay with this Veganuary challenge for the 30 days for all of January, you will most likely find that your skin gets clearer, you won't get sick as easily, you will have more energy, and you will be so much more creative with the food that you're making. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, ask me anything you want to know about starting out as a vegan, eating plant-based, down in the comments field below. I promise I will reply to everything, because I find it super important to try and help when people are starting out. So guys, I will see you next week. Bye!